Hello, humans. It is me, Fuzz. And today it's going to be a Destiny 2 loot grab. Or this time playing? Perhaps today is not the best way to describe it, since I intend to do another recording today. But probably for Pokemon. Also, speaking of Pokemon, what the heck? There shouldn't be an update of that scale. So Bungie went and ruined a bunch of things. By ruined a bunch of things, I mean they upped the class ability cooldowns for, well, no good reason. For like all the classes except for the Warlock and almost all their class abilities. Just like only one of the class abilities I think avoided this nerf. And that's the Radiant Hunter dodge for some reason. Not really sure why. I mean, to be fair enough, that one has the longest cooldown already, so... Let's see, what's it saying here? We've got Birthplace of the Vile, Momentum Control. Oh no, not that game mode. Without a radar, it feels like torture to deal with that mode in some regards. Okay, the rotation events. Let's start the loot grab with my main hunter guy, like usual. Now, I've been thinking, and given what my brother was telling me, we've discussed that there was a possibility that Bungie very well might redo certain raids. I mean, seeing as how they redid Deepstone Crypt and gave it craftable gear, I'd say that there's a possibility for Last Wish as well as Garden. I would like this in some ways. I mean, it would certainly give those locations more value. The only issue is that certain gear I have from them, which fortunately I guess is not very much, would then need to be reacquired. The concern that comes to mind with the matter is things like how the gear will have different roles available. Likely. If they're gonna redo it, they'd probably get more roles. Perk roles. This is very interesting idea, or this is a very interesting idea for things like Garden, for instance, where I basically have no gear from it that I would say is my complete, like, end result of what I wanted. I don't have any pieces of gear that are exactly the way I want them to be. That's from that raid. I have like maybe one piece of gear from here that is sort of how I want it to be, but there are variations I could picture that could be nice. If the rest of the gear got reworks, I'm not sure if any of it would particularly interest me, but from Garden, there is more than just one piece of gear that I'm particularly interested in. Whereas for both of these raids, there's the bow. Then from Garden, there's the pulse rifle as well. Perhaps even the shotgun. I like how the shotgun looks. Most of the gear from Garden looks really good. The sniper doesn't interest me very much, mainly because it's a rapid fire, I think, for some freaking reason. Probably the most unlogical manner I can think of for a sniper rifle. But, yeah, let's get to it. I wonder if I should start with this, actually. Probably not. It's been a long time. I doubt I'll recall the code. But I'll give it a shot without checking, like, my pictures to see if I just have the code remembered anyways. I'll be going to probably 2 locations in there. For now, let's just head to the tower, grab whatever bounties I can, instead of just sitting around talking about it all. But if they do redo something like Last Wish, I gotta get myself more ready to be able to handle that again. Worst case scenario, if they redo it, they end up also making things like the mods and perks and all that that you could use in your armor and stuff irrelevant. That is the worst case scenario. It would truly be bad if it's in a sense like where even Transcendent Blessing wouldn't work, which is one of the things I should work towards acquiring.
Perhaps a barter is warranted.
If you can hear any odd sounds, my younger brother is playing Kirby Forgotten Lands right now. Now I think about it, while I was looking at the data recently, I saw something odd about Ada.
So what?
Should go check that out. Bows, glaives, swords, just my type of thing. And kinetic weapons. This works just right for me. Except I've got to clear that. I think it was level 9 is what I need to get this to.
Did you? No. You've been there a while. Yeah. I can work with this.
Let's see if Ada has that thing that the data I was looking into was saying that she very well might have.
Proceed.
She does not seemingly have it, which, oh well, I suppose that's okay. These are still here, and if the knowledge I understand is correct, these are going to be going away. So it's kind of... No, it has not happened already. That's going to happen once the next expansion hits, to my understanding. Okay, I've got the bounties. I didn't check Postmaster, so I should do that while I'm here.
Recording data.
Checking now.
These must have been from the Grand Master.
Done.
But I don't feel like sorting them out, so I'm gonna leave them there for now.
Bye.
Even though maybe that's not a good idea. Though Bungie has potentially removed you being able to get blue engrams. At the very least, if you're up on the power level that you and I are, we might not be capable of getting blue engrams anymore.
Do you have something for me, Guardian?
Well, actually, I do have something for you.
What cipher is this?
But it's actually for me. Thanks for the pants, I'm on my way. Wait a minute. Considering it's Friday, Zur might be here. And either all those people are off to check Zur's gear, or they're just congregating at a spot for some reason. It looks like they're over where Zur would be. Yeah, definitely, I think.
The 9 show you these.
Let's see if these are any good, Zur. Hand cannon, adaptive frame, not too interested in the adaptive frame of hand cannons. Okay, not bad so far. I have different preferences for these, and same with these, though. Range, I would say, is not bad. Lightweight, not bad. Perks, terrible from my observation. Or more like by my standards. I'm sure there are people who enjoy these perks. I, on the other hand, do not. I've seen this roll before. And I'm just about as disappointed as I was when I saw it before, near enough. This, on the other hand, is not bad. This, something different would be preferable, perhaps. But this, paired with this, and these aren't all that bad. But I don't like this. I might actually want to compare that to my one. This could have been so much better, but it has impact casing at least. For those who do not know, this actually ups the damage of the rocket. Like, it doesn't just simply up the blast radius, the actual damage for direct impact is increased by this. It says it, but some of the things in Bungie lands, Destiny 2, is very weird, and some things that are said are not always correct. So it's good to double check some of these things by trying it out, actually, instead of just simply reading it and expecting it to do what it said. Because if you do that, you're susceptible to getting duped. Field prep, not bad. Cluster bomb, also not bad. In fact, because it's not really all that bad as well, I might actually want to consider acquiring this. I mean, with cluster bomb, by my view, it'd potentially be better for dealing with groups of enemies. Potentially. This one, not bad for crowd dealing, I guess, for a sniper rifle. Not bad. Also not bad. And also not bad. Interesting. What have you got this time? Outlaw? Meh. Oh, they said they fixed this. I should try that with my Titan when I go play him. They said they fixed the issue that I had noticed has been around for like, what? Several months now? 2, 3-ish months at least, I think, Bungie? What was up with that? It was just... Okay, prospectively, at some point they changed it. They changed the weapon. So now, the hip fire shots, as you stack up the buff that it gets for precision hits, it'll shoot even faster and faster during hip fire. What they didn't tell you is that for some reason, when you get to 5 stacks, the damage buff disappears. If you're hip firing. If you're aiming down sights, it's fine. But then it's going to shoot at its normal speed. But at least you'll get the damage buff like you're supposed to. But for some reason, it disappears entirely. Prospectively, if you could keep it at stacks of 4 while shooting, that would be better.
Hi.
If you're going to hipfire it anyway. Potentially. But you won't get the increased speed like nobody's business. You'll get some of the increased speed, but when it gets to 5, that's when it really goes faster. That's not the only thing that was wrong with the weapon though, Bungie. You didn't mention about the other thing. Let's see if the other thing is still wrong with this weapon. We will investigate it together. Okay, here it is. Chaining precision hits grants bonus target acquisition and range, Bungie. You messed up, Bungie? So you fixed the other thing, but you forgot to fix this. Does it say it here? Removes the hip fire accuracy penalty and increases the rate of fire from hip. Stacks of the spike increase the hip fire rate further. Bungie, the perk doesn't even say that it gives you a damage bonus. That was the other thing that was wrong with it. That I guess you just somehow did not notice. How did you fix the other problem that would have probably been harder to tell? unless you were just using the weapon. But then you missed the one that's in plain text.
I can't believe how good that hunter was in the Crucible last night.
It doesn't even say that it gives you a damage bonus in the first place. If someone had just got the weapon and then was looking at its description and then tried it out, this weapon would seem extraordinarily buggy and weird. They'd be like, well, it just gives you a free damage bonus, but then it gets weird when you get to 5 stacks of it with the hip fire. But they're like, oh well, I should be grateful I get a damage bonus at all for like aiming down sights, and even before that. It's just weird how it disappears when it... But it never said it gave it to me, so why should I be concerned? When it first came out, it said it gave you the damage bonus, from what I remember. In fact, if I was to look at the exotic's description and say, seeing what it says it does, I'd be like, no, it's a really kind of meh exotic. All it does is if you were hip firing, you can shoot it faster. I'd be like, that's kind of lame. Considering its original effect was, well, that's its catalyst effect, basically. That would mean the original effect of the gun is basically nothing besides just it being a different frame type. Well, I guess that's, I meant more like with it being exotic. It'd be like there's nothing special about it other than it being a different frame type. Surely you can see why that would be kind of ridiculous. Because it just kind of is. I mean, I haven't really got any other ways to state the matter that comes to mind right at this moment. But it is disappointing. It's a good thing I didn't get rid of that. Could be useful, especially this one. Ooh. Here you go.
Guardians, I am not your vanguard and I give no orders, only a warning.
What if
The
they
pyramid
fixed
ahead is
the
not
issue
like
with
those you
nope?
previously encountered.
Oh,
This one
that
was
time
not
it
left
did.
for you to find.
That time
You
it
were
did not.
guided to it,
I'm
not
going to
taken.
assume it is more common for it to
Its
still
domain belongs
not.
to a dark entity, unknown in power.
So
It
Bungie,
seeks
it's
domination
oh
of the
wait, is
throne
it doing
world.
that? Just
Your presence
okay, no, there we
within
go.
will be most
Welcome.
Actually, now it's doing it to her regular body too. I can't tell.
In the deep.
Yeah, some of these shots against her body are also having this issue. But the headshots are having the same issue as ever, where it's not doing the exit damages as much as it's supposed to. I should blast Wish Under at someone else just to make sure that this isn't like a bigger issue than I'm thinking it is. No, it looks like it's fine against targets like that. Shoot, with this damage buff, Wish Under does like a whole bunch of damage. I mean, it was already powerful originally, like when it first came out. This was never something I expected them to buff with the weapon, so it's kind of all very nice for me. And this has been one of my favorite weapons since it came out, believe it or not. And it was good even back then. And to those who underestimated it, like how my older brother in some ways kind of undervalued it, I showed him that it very much can do great things if you wield it right. Or more like if you can wield it well enough. Ow! Yo-ho, who wants to fight me? Boing. Almost finished all the calibrations. Again, more armor? They gotta ban getting armor out of these chests. It's just ridiculous. I don't even think the armor gives me... Yeah, it doesn't even give me the alloy, which, if you ask me, it should. At least if it did that, it would have some purpose. To be dismantled. But no, Bungie. Can't give it that. That's giving them too much of a free ride, apparently. Like heck, it's giving us too much of a free ride. Fortunately, my model hasn't bugged out in a while, which is nice. At least from what I can tell, it hasn't. I look forward to getting to battle my younger brother, but the, as far as, like in Pokemon, I mean. But as far as Pokemon goes, the Ash Greninja event seems to be up now. Or supposedly is. I didn't notice last night when I was playing Pokemon. But I will certainly give it a whirl with my brother. Considering we can only get one out of it, well, that shouldn't really stop one from breeding it, because I think you can breed it. Well, you know, just when I thought they'd gotten rid of the purpose of breeding, they add an event that makes there a purpose for breeding. So you can manufacture Ash Greninja and send it to people as a bargaining chip. You know, people who can't beat it. Well, surely you don't think it's going to be easy to beat this. Only the people who got the almost quite literally free Ash Greninja will have it. Ash Greninja is like... This might be the second time in Pokemon history that it's been given out card. And the other time was given out through a... At least to my knowledge, the other time that it was given out, it was through a special demo for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I say a special demo because this demo has you go through like the prologue, but it's not the same as a normal prologue would have been. It's like a special little story that you play through. It's almost the same, I think, but it's a little different. Yeah. Sort of, but like I said, it's a demo. Like, it's a separate application you would have had to have got off the store. It's not just in Sun and Moon. Bounties! All clear! What the heck? Oh, okay, that confused me. I was like, what? I have 2 catalyst quests? In a sense, I think I do, but it's more like 3. Something else my older brother mentioned insinuates that there's enough of these right now that I could... Whoa, how many times did I just level up? It sounded like 3 times. From just this? This leveled me up 3 times? I don't know. Bunchy, at this point you have me sounding like I'm cheesing your level up system without even trying to. Completely out of... Well, not completely out of my way. More like just completely in my way without me even giving any effort towards it. Ah, this will be useful. So will this. There's more too. I appreciate this, Bungie. That is good. A decent enough ornament, just not my style. I would say good. It's not my style, necessarily. I like the green. But the beigeish white... I'm not really sure how else to call that. Not necessarily my style. But I can say definitely not bad. Is this our different week again? Or have I already played this week? Isn't this the sparrow you use? Yeah. A dance-off? That looked accidental.
I feel like it's a reference.
The second time it happening did not look accidental. Yeah, but when I first loaded it in, it looked like it was accidental. It was like, whoa! by the way, Bungie, why does this happen? Event, huh? What event? Also, why is it the dawning, apparently? We should get like a standardized event icon instead. What is this? Well, whatever it is, it looks interesting.
Flip the guard.
Wow, this also looks interesting. Come to think about, before the season ends, I would if I can start getting paid soon enough, and depending on how good it is, I might treat myself to some of this stuff. Because if I don't buy them, there's no guarantee I'll get them. And this season, the exotic armor ornaments they've released, some of them are pretty good. This one being one of the ones that's like, let's see. Heck, even this one's not bad. It's for Frosties. It looks like a snow climber or snow, like an ice trekker guy's attire, except in some ways it looks a little bit too thin to work well for someone traveling through a snowy or icy areas, if you ask me. But still seems pretty good. Ooh! It's not necessarily the kind of ornament I would have wanted for Trinity Ghoul, but it's an ornament for Trinity Ghoul, and they're allowing me to just grab it. What's this? Oh, a kind of interestingly styled one. It's like a medic. If I was a medic, this seems like a kind of cool sparrow to have. Oh no. It's a kind of decent emote that's kind of amusing.
From Maximum Appreciate. There's no way that's a reference to it.
It's a dastardly stash.
There's just no way. Can't be. Probably not. Just
If it's who I think you're thinking, I would say probably no. Ooh. Well, it's okay. I still think the lightning armor, that they didn't do as good a job as they did with the other two. The other two was very, very flashy. This one's like, well, basically give you an armor, make it color kind of themed like it would work for a lightning thing, and then put a little bit of lightning on it. They didn't try to keep with the same style as the other ones, and that's kind of... Because I think they very much could have done it and gotten away with it, but they just didn't. It costs quite a bit.
boss that I think forces you to do 2 stages. Crank everyone else quick enough, and their second stage gets cut off. This boss, no.
I wonder what... I'm trying to remember what the Void Ghost shell looked like. I mean, the solar one looks pretty decent. Let's see, where am I? I'm over here. Okay. Here we go. Is my voice too quiet for the gameplay? It's kind of hard for me to tell. Maybe my headphones volume's a little quiet. So by that logic, I'm assuming the game volume's a little loud. Considering I'm hearing the games and it sounds just fine to me. Ow! So that's how you want to play, huh? Okay, let's see what I can do about that volume. I'll probably turn the game volume down just a little bit.
I have to laugh at something like that. That's great.
Hopefully that's enough to make a difference, but not too quiet.
I'm trying to think if there's ever something on this heard before. No, I don't think so. Not for any. Actually, yes, there was.
Just turn my headphones up a little bit. And there we go. I think that should be decent. Crap. Where do you think you're going? Why do you suddenly slow down? If you kept with that pace, it would have been a headshot. Crap, I gone the wrong way. Very close. Oh no! Not again! No! Ah! I survived. Oh. The loot is mine. I survived too, except I got a helmet, unfortunately. I didn't finish this, but... Oh wow. Let's go to the other characters. Actually... let's go to Last Wish now. I'll switch to my other characters once I've dealt with each of them individually. Okay, 2 runs of Last Wish. It's already almost been an hour for just one character. Or a bit over half an hour, anyway.
For generations, the Dreaming City housed one of the Awoken's most closely guarded secrets. She is known as Riven. Riven of 1,000 Voices. The last known Ahamkara. She has been taken, and her death is your calling.
Here we go. That being said, after they fixed the other glitch, it's not like I can do anything as extravagant as going and fighting Callie one man. If my brother, Connor, was interested, we could actually fight Callie, just the 2 of us. But he's not interested. I don't know. He must view it as somewhat illegitimate to do it, even though we can very much legitimately do it with 2 people. Or just not interested in the loot. Whatever his reasons may be, I can't do it unless I have someone helping me. Not with what Bungie has done. I have to think about it. The way they fixed it was really weird. Wait, was it now? I think part of it's weird to me. In a sense, I guess it kind of makes sense why they did this. But to me, it's kind of weird. You see, the glitch involved you going through a bunch of weird stuff. Like getting through walls and glitching out of the world in ways you're not supposed to. And then eventually you kind of end up back here. Except you get into this room through this door, roughly. You get over here, it loads a little bit, and then you'd go back, and then you just go into the encounter. But then, if Callie kills you at that point, it's not respawning restricted for some reason. And then you could just fight her. Because she can't actually properly wipe you and make you reset. You just basically win by default so long as you don't give up. And just keep fighting her. And because of that, you could one-man battle her just fine. If you knew how to glitch out of the world in such a way, that is. You see, the way they fixed it is they didn't fix you glitching out of the world. They just simply made it so that even if you did that, it was just going to be the normal Callie encounter. Which I suppose in some ways, like I said, it's probably a smarter way to fix it. Them doing it like that. That was probably a good idea on their part. Okay, let's see what I remember. I faintly recall something. But what exactly? What troubles me is what was in the middle. Hold on, I'm just gonna pause for a moment. Instead of actually try... Should I, though? Okay, hold on. I might recall it as I go about it, actually. I'll try for one that I faintly recall. It involves having... Is it the pillar? These ones. In the middle. I think this is going to take way too long if I do it like this. Because I don't actually remember. Well, I was thinking about it when I started the recording. I was like, I feel like I could potentially recall, but I don't. I don't, and this could take really long, so I'm just gonna pause it and take a look. Okay. So, I looked at them, and the reason why I even paused in the first place is because I wasn't sure if there was going to be any information logged in my photo section that I would just, that I probably shouldn't be just showing the entire world. But it seemed like it was fine, so if I have to go back in there, I'll probably just keep the recording going, naturally. I mean, I didn't see any reason not to. So from what I saw, it is actually the twin tail dragon for these two middle ones. The pillar one's here. Looks more like a spear though, if you ask me. Infinity snake here. It was that bird, and then here I think is the one right after that bird. I'll check before confirming it, but it's basically this mirrored on this side. By that I mean, how to describe it? It's not exactly that. Like, up here, this is also another pillar or spear dragon. It's the same one. This is also an infinity one right there. Here and here both have this bird, not this one. This one is supposed to be an exception. And then from that point forth, the rest of it's just mirrored, the same as this side. Whereas they're the split tail dragon here. Oh shoot, I didn't put a split tail dragon there. I just left it as a fish or something. It's a split tail dragon here as well. The problem is I do not recall if this is the right location I'm going to. You see, there probably is still a way to jump the Gap of Morgoth with the hunter. I just cannot do it and don't want to change my controls and practice so that I can. I will get across the gap if I can with the normal bounds that the normal-ish bounds. I'm already going a little further than in some ways a normal-ish person would go. Oh, I thought I accidentally pressed the switch again. I was like, what? For preparation when it reloads me. My hunter actually shouldn't need that. Yeah, no, that shouldn't be a concern for my hunter. Never mind. Because he's not going to even bother try the Gap of Morgoth. After they made certain changes, especially to the Void Super. The change is much appreciated, but because of that change, getting across the Gap of Morgoth is just not doable with my hunter. At least not with the way I play. Did I go past I went past the one I needed. Using explosive stuff for this can be useful if you're creative, I guess, with it and careful at the same time. But it is not advisable, especially if you haven't done the whole rest of it. Or more like if you... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I was trying to cancel my arrow. That's 3 times in a row that I just crossed past it in a really goofy fashion. Bows are typically good for this kind of thing. That is not going beyond where you were trying to go. I don't know what to say. Maybe I'm just a little tired. But I will get it complete, and I must not step on the... Careful. I have my sensitivity rather high. Which is why I ended up shooting that one earlier an extra time as well. Well, it's part of why. Okay. Then just 2 infinity snakes, and then I'll double check it. Okay, the walking bird turning back, the flying birds, the snake, dragon tails, all of that looks correct to me. Sometimes it bugs out though, so there's no guarantee this will work. Here's hoping this is the right one, which I have a bad feeling it isn't. Now I think about it, I should probably have done this with my other characters actually first, because at least they can make use of it if it's the wrong one, because it's not really going to be a wrong one for either of them, considering they can actually get across the gap. Well, that's the gap of Morgoth, which would involve me flying my way all the way across there so I can go get the treasure over there. Which I very much cannot do. I mean, there is a way for hunters to do that apparently. Just not for mine. Weep. Okay, time for the other one. The other one was something like... I feel like I faintly recall it now after going and doing that one. Reset checkpoint? Oh no, if it took a whole hour for me to do just one character. To be fair, there was certain times that was spent with me just thinking and talking.
For generations, the Dreaming City housed one of the Awoken's most closely guarded secrets. She is known as Riven. Riven of 1,000 voices. The last known Ahamkara. She has been taken, and her death is your calling.
I mean, why not do things like this? with how inconvenient it is to get the gear otherwise. Making use of your every chance, even if you're not going to be able to go with a group to get this gear. It's worth it far as I can tell.
And you're still nothing but a retainer to the Awoken Queen.
In this case, even if I get armor, I should actually be paying attention, because this is partially to get armor. This is less for me trying to get the gear right now. That is, like the weapons. I already have a pretty decent one of the bow. Again! Except this time I think it's something like... This one needed to stay empty, I think. I'm trying to recall what's in the corners. Oh, I remember now. Well, that affected a very odd amount of them. Oh no, that one's gonna have to go all the way around again. Okay, no more explosions. Cloud Snake is where that's supposed to sit. And this one has to go all the freaking way around. Wait a minute. Am I mistaken? It's not Cloud Snake for you two. It's Cloud Snake for... Shoot, what is the center one? Why do I feel like it's Cloud Snake up there? But I think it's also a different... It might just be a bird that's up there. So that might be Cloud Snake. And then a type of bird? But which one? It's the walking bird, I'm thinking. Too far. What's this? Was this when they were doing that thing? Observe people. I have funny videos like this. Yes, quite amusing indeed. Silly little glitching moments. The heck was this? A test? I think some guy falls through the snow. I think that's what was funny about that. It's the walking bird at the top. Yeah, it is Cloud Snake in the middle. So across we got diving bird, and then we got rising bird. Going west. Well, that's the easy part to remember. I should get down the parts that are not as easy to remember. Down here, it's the figure 8 snakes, I think. Twin tangle snakes. Hmm. Diving, rising, dual head snakes, twin tangle snakes, dual head snakes, cloud snake. What should I call this bird? Regretful bird? I mean, he's walking forward, but then he's looking back on the past. You don't necessarily have to be regretting something, though, to look back at the past. Reminiscent bird? Bird of reminiscence? I think this is it. Let's see, so I've got it like that. How far down is it? No, it's too far down, I think. There it is. Yeah, it looks accurate to me. This is the one I'm gonna have to do 2 more times. Well, I've got to do them all 2 more times. Well, maybe that's not a great way to phrase it, but this one and the other one I'm gonna have to do 2 more times. Onwards! Take me to the place. Stompies! Here we go, to the loot! Here I come, loot! The idea in the long run is to put Transcendent Blessing on this armor that I end up acquiring at the end of all my runs of this, if I get good enough armor, that is. So I have a full set of Transcendent Blessing is what I'm looking for. Hey, it's armor! Quick! I should probably check that now, actually. By my analysis, no, the armor is not really all that great at all. Its stats aren't bad, it's just allocated badly. Considering I'm going to be wearing Transcendent Blessing, I'm not able to put a lot of stat-giving attributes to my armor. My characters will be in a rather tough position, making use of the armor sets. But at least they'll be doing more damage. So... Well, my hunter's going to specialize in mobility, so this is just not going to do. I may already have an armor set for that. That works just fine, but... yeah. 2 more of my other characters! I'm trying to recall how to get across the Gap of Morgoth with them. My Warlock, it's easy. My Titan, I think he either just barely makes it or he overshoots it if he does it right. I don't think I'll forget. I'll just keep moving on. I gotta go get the bounties quickly. Well, at this point, my loot acquiring videos are going to be quite lengthy. Oh shoot, you've still got these to clear. You should be able to clear them though, I think. But because the bounties are timed, it makes sense to prioritize the bounties. Yes, it does. That, and I want to try this to see if it even is working. Oh my.
There's no data like encrypted data, I always say.
Let's get you back out there. Not bad.
Shoot loot, not worth it, Bungie. Just not a worth it enough trait. You need to give it something more. Like, it reloads them, but like... not only that, but why would you give it to a bow? I use bows, I like bows, but strategically analyzing the logic, I would say that's not really a great weapon to stick this kind of a trait on. This bow specifically has a lot of weird traits. Or more accurately, it doesn't feel like it has a very good trait pool, which is also Bungie's doing. As for why they did that, I have no clue. Also, they've nerfed the arms I'm wearing, so I should reconsider whether or not I should ever wear them again. You hear that, Bungie? This is the kind of things that go through people's minds when you nerf what they use or what they have. Is it just garbage now? Well, it might be. I mean, considering now wearing it will make my barricade take even longer to recharge. On top of your nerf to the Titan's barricades already have an even longer recharge time now. Furthermore, and the shields break faster. Well, I think that trait might only be against players, that one specifically. But I was already thinking that I might not want to use it very much. Like, this thing is not like super powerful in like hard activities. It gets smashed very quickly in hard activities. Now, if you were able to put one down almost as fast as it would, like, get smashed again, then it wouldn't be that big a concern. But you know what, Bungie? Before I stuff it away, I should give it a whirl. Who knows? Maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking. Or maybe it's just as bad as I'm thinking, and it's utter garbage now because of what you've done. I suppose I will have to be the judge of that. If it can't be useful in a simple activity like this, I say simple as in considering what I'm doing, it's kind of simple. I'm not like going into any of the encounters actually. If I was doing that, then it would not be so simple. Connor, I see what you're doing. Why the heck are you able to move like that? You're like traveling around charging a sword at the same time. But it just looks really goofy. Glaive and bow. Let's finish up their bounties nice and quick like. This one doesn't need any more kills. This one doesn't really either, but I'll level it up a bit further just because I feel like it. I'll keep using Crown Splitter because why not? It's great.
Guardians, I am not your vanguard.
Alright, Bungie, let's see what kind of crap you have for me. Hey, Savathun, let's see if you can stop me, huh?
This one was not left for you to find.
Booyah, barricade!
Not beckoned.
Bungie, I'm already getting whooped.
Dark entity, unknown in power.
Bungie?
It seeks domination of the throne world. Your presence within will be most.
Oh, my barricade's already gone. Bungie, come on. Why is it already destroyed? They say barricades are supposed to have more resilience depending on how high your resilience stat is. Bungie, I think I am a testament to high resilience. My barricade should be top notch. In fact, it should be going beyond the limits. I didn't do much to stop those little peasants, now did it? Oh, and it's broken again, Bungie. My barricade's not even halfway recharged. Is this how you treat a high resilience player? In the end, I just have to resort to things like this. Almost infinitely better than my barricade. Ow. Bungie, my barricade. Okay, I'm just joking. I didn't put a barricade there, clearly. Not that it would have saved me at that range. Oh, my barricade isn't even recharged. I wouldn't have even been able to in the first place. Now it's recharged. You know what killed me, Bungie? Not the guys who could see me and shoot me just fine from the side. No. The one I was guarding against with my shield is what killed me. Bungie, you have problems that you need to sort out with this barricade. This Savathun here is making like my magic boomerang that I got in Minish Cap. Whereas it just goes around obstacles, or can now kind of go around obstacles if I make it do so. That's not the bone one, that's just the kinetic one. Oh goody, it's recharged. Bungie, that hit me straight through the barricade. What's wrong with you? Oh, my barricade's already broken. Bungie, I'm dying. I mean, I get that part's not really your fault so heavily, but I am dying. Depending on how you look at it, I guess it kind of is still your fault, Bungie. It's just for different reasons, and it's a bit more, it's reasonable, despite being your fault. Wave calibration complete. Ooh. Ah! Oh, I'm dead. My super didn't even save me from how ridiculous some of her attacks are. Let's see in a more regular-ish firefight type scenario, Bungie. Let's see how well the barricade works this time. Keep in mind, this isn't even like Grandmaster or something like that. I'm on the power level too. It's not like I should be getting ultra cheesed by these guys. I should just be like able to face them off pretty decently, pretty easily. No real big major problems. I haven't even properly entered the fullness of the raid. This is just the beginning. If these guys are all that bad, think about what their actually hard activities are going to end up being like, Bungie. Oh, it's already out. I don't even think it's taken a whole lot of hits yet. Yeah, it's already out. My barricade's only halfway recharged, almost. It's still not recharged, Bungie. There we go. Yeah. Cutting it very close for something that's not like even a Grandmaster. Oh, it's already out. It's not even halfway charged this time. Yeah, it's already out. To be fair, while I may not be the best player in the world, most certainly not, I find that I am not necessarily bad at what I do. I mean, sure, everyone has their days and their moments. Okay, that's going to burn. You want to come around that corner? Guess not. Someone else came around the corner. A different corner, that is. I mean, fine, Bungie. It wasn't useless in this activity. Aside from these guys, it was almost useless against them. They just went straight on through it. Like my bullets, Bungie. You know what I think? I think those walls should be freaking solid for your opponents. Not just straight up like they can go through it and it hurts them. No, make it so that they have to break it. That would certainly make them funny in Crucible. Funny and even more annoying than they already are. At least they, well, they still haven't given the super back its former power that it had when it originally came out. But they did, in their attempt to fix their nerfs they did to it, they did make it at least usable again. I mean, after some of their original nerfs, they just made it suck. And then, or feel like it sucked. But out in the field, now it doesn't feel like it sucks, it just feels... How do I put it? Well, if you experienced what it was like when it first came out, then you probably know what I'm getting at when I say it still doesn't quite feel as good as it could. And perhaps as good as it should. Yes. I liked getting to basically fly as an Iceman. It was amusing. Yay! Praise God, I finally got something that was not a repeat and a waste of my time. One more and I'll be able to craft it. I guess I'll get this. But this is pleasing. This is not. But this is very much so. This, I mean, like I said, it still works. But that cooldown? No, Bungie. I was already thinking that this thing should be doing even more, not even just simply being as it is and not getting nerfed. But I felt like it didn't do enough. There's a lot of exotics that don't seemingly do enough. Here's an example of one that's weird. How comes... Well, actually, that's the wrong example. Yeah, wrong exotic. Why is it only hip fire?
To unleash a chaos they do not understand. Their success means untamed power.
Why is it only hip fire?
Wildest dreams. They must be stopped.
Why can't you aim down sights? Or why it would be hard to manage? But yeah, but I don't think it's much easier to... I don't think it'd be much easier to... Like, at face value, it makes it... Like, it would look easier, potentially, to keep track of your surroundings, but... I think theoretically, if you're able to do one, you'd be able to do the other. If it's hard to control where you're going, that's too bad for the wielder. Don't make it flat out undoable to me, just because you think it's going to be not necessarily easy to do. There's a firefight scenario. Let's see how good it is here. Well, these guys are actually dodging for their lives. Oof. You quit moving around like a... There we go. Much better. Oh. Who's trying to save his loot? Ow. Okay. Can't remember if I wanted to keep that. I want to test this though. Ooh. Rather close. Wowzers, they're really hunting me. And they didn't let me attack. Bungie didn't let me attack when I triggered my super. I was trying to melee so I could get away. I tried to do that. But even though my super triggered and everything, it didn't just let me do that. Even though I was mashing the button. In other words, why'd I die? It's all your fault, Bungie. Well, maybe not all your fault, fine. But it is partially your fault, that is true. I mean, after all, why couldn't I melee? I was mashing the button. I started to fall and then died. To be fair, even if the melee had started, there's no guarantee I would have survived. But that doesn't justify not letting me melee. Ah! I got knifed. Now that is devastating. What's up with that, Bungie? Why was he immune? Immune to what? He's dead now. Stop letting your enemies cheat. Arrgh. Just figure I might as well change it now, seeing as how I'm going to be needing it to get across that gap. Not a red frame, unfortunately. Dismantled. Here we go then. To last wish.
For generations, the Dreaming City housed one of the
I
Awoken's
think I
most closely
require
guarded
this.
secrets. She is known as Riven, Riven of 1,000 voices, the last known Ahamkara. She has been taken, and her death is your calling.
You are finally here. Brother Slayer. Spawn Killer. All that strength. And you're still nothing but a retainer to the Awoken Queen. You could be so much more. All you need do is wish it.
Open the door, please.
I would quite like to meet you.
Eek. Now the Warlock one, assuming I plot my course carefully, will likely not be any issue. Let's see what happens if I do this. The extra shocks didn't do anything. That didn't do anything either. Okay. Let's go with the... Let's go with the harder one first. Is there a weapon that I can use that'll be better for this potentially? Oh. Shoot have gone beyond for the other two as well. It's Infinity Snake, I think. Are you kidding me? Seems my younger brother is looking at trailers online on the Nintendo shop. So if you're hearing any odd sounds, it is likely that. I missed it, didn't I? Here we go. Time for danger. Okay, let's see if I can get across this gap without any troubles. Oh, they also increased the cooldown time for this buggy thruster jump thing. I wonder if they fixed its bugginess. They didn't say anything about that. They were just like, no, it needs nerfing or some crap. I don't know. They didn't really justify it. They just did that to it. Wowzers, careful. Okay. How do I go about this? I started by... Do I start it with the super? I don't get another jump after the super. I run, I jump, I fling myself, then I fly when I need to, then I fling myself again, then I super, then I fling myself, I think. So something like Oh no. Come on. Huh? I have more jump. Does it give you back my jump? No, that ended too quickly. Well, I somehow made it, even though I thought I was going to fail just now. Oh, that would be suck if I just killed myself right there with a momentum goof. Admittedly, from those 2 thruster boosts I've just done, like that one I did while I was back up there and the one I did just now, they both felt pretty potent. Maybe they did fix its bugginess and made it actually work properly. That one too. Huh. If they did, that's good news. What's gonna be bad news about it is if I ever encounter in Crucible, I'm not gonna see anyone flop with it, but perhaps it's better that way, you know? Okay, that one was kind of weak. The weapon is not really important to me, so I'll get rid of it. This seemingly has been fixed, which is good. I'll just leave it equipped, and off to my warlock. Crikey, this takes so bloody long to do all of it. I never really was particularly trying to time myself, I guess, when I would do this other times, so... I'll see if I can grab the bounties from here, maybe that's faster. Bounties... from Banshee... Huh? Oh, it's the wrong character. Okay, that was confusing. So why is it saying I've already completed them? There we go. With that, on my way. Just realized that I didn't handle the other one with my Titan. I have to go back to my Titan. I'll do it afterwards, considering I've already started this. But, yeah. I've got red frames here to complete too.
Guardians, I am not your vanguard and I give no orders, only a warning. The pyramid ahead is not like those you've previously encountered. This one was not left for you to find. You were not guided to it, not beckoned. This domain belongs to a dark entity, unknown in power. It seeks domination of the throne world. Your presence within will be most
Welcome, children of light. Drown in the deep, or rise from it.
Oi! Bungie, your healing tower from this glaive? Yeah, needs to be like instantaneous. It's way too slow. It has this huge, what feels like a huge pause time right after you spawn it. What the heck was that? She like shot a little bit and then stopped. She's like, you know, I'll just have a charge blast and then kaboom! And just like that, handled the majority of the... That's weird. Where's the other one? There's another one. But where is it? Well, one of the bounties failed to be acquired. Bungie. It's the first one I tried. 2. Bungie. Oh well. Look at this car. They're all freezing. It could have gone better than that, but for some reason it didn't. Probably because they weren't all spawned right at the beginning. I guess I should see how that shader, not that shader, the ornament looks actually. I mean, seems I'll bother to get it. Why not? Now I've got 4 ornaments for Trinity Ghoul, and only 1 ornament for Wishender. Bungie, it's time for you to step up your game. Trinity Ghoul didn't need another ornament. I like Trinity Ghoul, but this is quite extra. I like the way the arrow kind of looks in some ways. It makes me think of the light arrows from Legend of Zelda. Yeah, I suppose the bow's just kind of royal looking now, is all. I much prefer the other looks to it. It's not a bad look, but it's original, and this one are probably my favorites. And then this one I find is not so bad because it's kind of interesting. This one just seems kind of weird to me, but it's not bad either. I'll go with this one. The glaive. Not bad, but also not as good as it could have been. To deep stone. What? Like heck you can't connect to the servers now. Take me down. For all the nonsense. Oh, maybe there is an actual problem. Not what I was expecting, but I'm still able to send myself gear like that, for instance. So surely it can't be that bad, can it? Okay then, let's try something else. Maybe their server that hosts Last Wish data is somewhere else in the world and won't get barred off by me trying to go to it. If this doesn't work... Oh, so this will work then, Bungie.
For generations,
Okay.
the Dreaming City housed one of the Awoken's most closely guarded secrets. She is known as Riven, Riven of 1,000 Voices, the last known Ahamkara. She has been taken, and her death is your calling.
here, brother slayer, spawn killer. All that strength in
Also,
you
this
still
chess
nothing
piece
but a
totally
retainer to
would have
the
made more
awoken
sense
queen.
if you ask me if it worked with any of the subclasses.
All you
What's the
need
point of the
do is
exotic if
wish
it basically lets you do what the subclass already can do?
I would quite like to meet you.
To be fair, not all of the solar side of the warlocks could do flying and shooting beforehand. And still, if people choose not to use that kind of a way about playing, not everyone still can... not everyone will be able to do this. Because they'll choose not to, some of them. At least I think there are some out there who probably would choose not to. I don't know why they would bother do that, considering this seems too useful potentially, or at least in potential. Yes. However, way is better said. What the heck? Is this a joke, Bungie? They're calling me out. They had enough of what I had to say about all their crap. Wait a minute. If this is all whacked out without me even trying, is Callie whacked out? Hey, Callie. Oh. Well then. It looks like my choices have been limited and decided for me. So then, despite what I had in mind, I am going to probably stop here then. I don't want to really run around trying to find out if there's anything else that I can try to do. Considering I've already been going for about 2 hours, and the loot grab, I didn't get to finish the loot grab, and I am not happy about that. Seeing as how Bungie's having issues right now, other than the ones that I had stated prior, I just gotta move on, it seems. There isn't really much of a choice about it. So with that being said, as usual, it's been me, Fuzz. And you'll see me next time. Bye for now.